Hey y'all, it's Freeze Cracked. So one of my neighbors has a stereo going. I don't know if you can hear it or not, but we may have music today if you can. Hey, what I'm trying to do is, I just decided, I had been storing a bunch of rock and I just decided that I either have to get rid of some of it or I need to reduce it. I really kind of hated to reduce it because I figured, hey, you know, people sell it by the pound, so if I never use it, I might want to sell it by the pound, but I don't know. So, what I kind of decided to do is just hit on some of it a little bit and see if I can make it smaller. So what I did was I grabbed a bunch of obsidian because I got a bunch of obsidian. And what these are is these are spalls that were done by a miner, not me, that I met up at Davis Creek, California. And so I don't take any credit or blame for the way the stuff is now, but I'm gonna try and lighten it up a little bit and reduce it a little bit. Almost sounds like that stuff's getting louder. Kind of hard to understand, folks, at times. I wish I knew if that was loud on y'all's end. Kind of got to be careful with the obsidian stuff when I haven't been working it. When I work it, I kind of get used to it. I put a glove on because I've already got one good cut on my finger, on one finger from a different issue the other day. And it definitely messes up my support and my ability to feel what I'm doing and everything. My hitting isn't too good either. I need to figure out what I'm doing here. See if I can do this. Nope. Ow, that hurt. The finger that's already hurt. This may not be the best way to do. That was a little better angle. Hope that little finger heals up sometime soon. Okay, so that step that I created is gone. Maybe I'll switch to a different rock. A lot of this stuff is just not particularly usable as is. The way this deal was, it was kind of like Hey, why don't you spawn me some rock and leave it behind a tree over there and I'll pay you and get it tomorrow, kind of thing. One of them kind of deals. What do you think of that kind of dealing? There's a robin. Hi, robin. There's a robin about 10 feet from me. That might be a good sign. It might mean that I'm looking more harmless as I age. Apparently I don't look like a cat. Got rid of a little bulb of percussion scar there. Got rid of more bulb of percussion scar. I got this big bend in it, so I really need to get rid of this end anyway because it's of no value. But I can't support with that finger. You kind of need to watch when you support with your leg pad when you're using obsidian, because the stuff explodes and it gets all over everything. And the pad makes it jump up in the air towards you. It's really a good idea to have like a water bottle around in case you need to real quick lie down and pour some water in your eyes. I'm just trying to straighten that out a little bit. This is really too much trimming for these things, but oh well. Got my other finger. See, this is a rough scraper, and I just went down and it flipped a flake off and caught the back of my finger. And that's usually how you cut your support hand if you're going to cut your support hand. As you pass the workpiece, something comes off and gets you. And I've had at least one deal like that that was a pretty bad cut. Out in the field, hitting a big rock. This is a perfect shaped natural platform, you know, to just, and I'm trying to hit it just the right angle to try and, this thickness and this is thin. So I'm trying to hit it just the right angle to try and kind of even it out a little. It would be nice to run one down along here, but this is funky. And it's gassy and bubbly area, cracked area and whatever. Getting blood on my pants, dang it. Got kind of a bulb up here, so I don't want to take off too much from the other direction. Because I'd like to have a little bit of a platform to hit back along this one too, so I don't want to lose everything. Flat. I'm sure that would probably be a little curvature. I was gonna say I thought there'd be a point in there, but not that I really care about that. I make so many flakes that I don't really worry about saving them. Some of this stuff is right at the center line, so you want to support and then hit downward a little more, because you can't really hit inward very good at the center line. So you sort of let your support finger do the work of redirecting the flake inward. And that way you don't put a bunch of bending force on your rock and you don't hurt your rock. Well, some of this stuff is just, I don't want to throw it away because there's a point in there, but I don't like working thin pieces like this. It's a pain because you got to be a lot more careful the whole time, and you don't have as much to work with to get it regularized and everything. It's just a pain as far as I'm concerned. Don't like working slabs. I don't like working thin pieces. Now that doesn't mean that I think you shouldn't like working slabs and thin pieces. I actually prefer that you do work slabs and thin pieces and leave the other stuff for me. You know what I mean? Just a little ridge there. No point working on that right now because it's reduced. This is just an arrowhead kind of thing. Okay, see, I got a ridge here. Well, also still bleeding, darn it. A lot of thickness right in here. And don't really have a good ridge there, and don't really have a lot of length or anything, so I'll just go from the side and try and knock this off like that. So what I did was from the side I just created a side shot kind of platform. And that's got Cortex. See what we can do. See? So I'm going to do on that one. Oh, this guy was just whacking. Well, you know, it goes one way or the other. I see stress marks from the bulb right there, so I think I'll just try and save the big chunk. I'm running along that ridge because there was a cavity to there, and I was getting rid of some of that bulb and just doing crap like that. One thing that's a problem, you get a bunch of rock like this, stuff will flat cut you if you look at it. So, and I'm talking about, you know, when you're trying to move buckets around, it'll get you. It'll just get you no matter what you do. You want to dump it frequently too with that dust. All right, so I got a big ridge there. See the big ridge? Yeah, okay. So turn it down and kind of down, and it just wraps it around. Wraps it a little more around, lowers it. But now I've got a concavity right here, so this part of the ridge is a issue. So I'll try and raise this and see if that eliminates the concavity a little bit, which it did. Scrape the ridge a little bit. And then I'm going to try and make this one wrap too. And it did. I'll turn this off and come back.